guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a look at the Harry Potter, well, the new Harry Potter Rise of Voldemort set that me and my sister found for our birthday when we were down with our grandma and dad. It's ages 7+, 75965, with 184 pieces. So it is the graveyard scene, basically, and super, super sought after for me personally. And this is actually, at the time of me filming this, has not been released yet. Like normally, we found it at a Legoland Adventure Center or something. It's like a mini Legoland kind of thing. And so they had it there, but I visited Lego stores and they didn't have it. So it was really odd. This one will release, though, to the general public, to my knowledge. So really excited to get into this one. Year 4 is my very favorite Harry Potter movie. So let's take a look. All right, and here it is all built up, and still really excited for this. I think that it makes a really nice little display scene. If any of y'all are familiar with the original Graveyard set, this one obviously is a lot smaller, but I think overall it's really good value for the money. So I do have it set up this way. That's how I've like had it. I'm not filming this like right after I did the time span or the time-lapse video, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the minifigures first, of course. So let's start right here with Voldemort. So this is like the Rise of Voldemort, I think is what the set is called. I'd have to look at the box again, but I think that he looks really good. Very simple, black robes. Wish they kind of had done some printing down on the skirt piece, but they do have back printing on the torso, so that's kind of nice. But he's just this bone white color, and he's smiling evilly. Compared to the Lego minifigure series Voldemort, he looks pretty cool. It's a nice contrast to have different Voldemorts in different outfits, because he honestly doesn't change clothes that much. He pretty much wears these like long flowing robes the whole time. And then even to get, you know, a face change with him smiling versus not, it's really actually very cool. I like that a lot in terms of the comparison between the Voldemorts. So this is First Risen Voldemort, and then this is like way far, like Deathly Hallows Voldemort just about. So good comparison there. So there's Voldemort. We also get a Peter Pettigrew, and I think that he's really good. We haven't gotten a Peter since like forever, since the Shrieking Shack set, I believe. So I don't have that Peter, but here is this one. He is also Scabbers the rat, so that's why he looks kind of ratty. I think that the detailing on his clothes is really, really nice. He's got this like pinstripe suit, and then he's obviously missing a hand. Technically, he cuts it off for the sacrifice to rise Voldemort again, and Voldemort gives him this new fancy, like, silvery, metallic-y hand, which is what's on his hand right now. They obviously wouldn't include a minifigure without a hand, probably, but his face overall looks really good. I really like those rat teeth, and I think the hair is pretty appropriate. He does have two faces. He's got kind of a scared face and an angry face, and I think overall it encompasses the actor pretty well. So here's him. I'll do Harry next. This is the same Harry as what we saw, or you will see depending on which video goes up first, of the Triwizard tournament, the first task. Same hair, same face, different outfit. I actually have him if you want to directly compare him. So you do have Harry in two outfits, and like no way they can't make a second task Lego set now. Like they've made minifigures now for both, and they met scenes for both, and so they absolutely have to do a second task. And I think that that's a pretty general thought all the way around. People are like, it must happen. So hopefully next year we'll get a second task. But he is on his little mid legs there, and then he's got his Hogwarts Gryffindor uniform with Potter on the back again, and I think he has the same facial expressions. Yeah, he's not going to be smiling in this scene at all, so maybe they could have changed his face to like maybe a more pained face, because you know, he like gets cut to create the sacrifice for Voldemort. So there's him. And then lastly, we get a Death Eater, which I really, really like this Death Eater because it is exclusive literally to this movie. Year 4, so the Goblet of Fire was the only time you see Death Eaters look like this. And I personally think this was the scariest they looked because they had these like skeletal masks and the like really witchy looking hats. After that, they got a little different. So any Dementors that they make will probably not look like this anymore. But this is the only movie where you get this kind of Dementor. So I think he looks really good. I don't think he has any face printing on the back. Nope. So there's that. You do kind of get a bonus minifigure if you include the baby Voldemort. That's what I'm calling him. Everybody kind of, I think, calls him that. But it's the Voldemort before he's actually risen, and he's just like this little collection of bones. He's like a little withered person, and they made him in this little like papoose. I think that this was the original piece with the Native American lady set, and it had a little thing where you could hook it on her neck. They have obviously modified it, turned it black, and made it into a baby Voldemort who looks really unhappy to be there. So super cute. Me and Erica saw this and we were like, oh. It has a little stud where you can hold him as well. So that's also a bonus. So just taking a look at the set really quick, I think you get some nice greenery. You definitely get the look that this is a graveyard set. I also forgot to mention this is the Triwizard Cup, which looks okay. It's obviously a Porky because it brings them to the Tom Riddle's grave. You got a really cool sticker here that says Tom Riddle. This guy back here technically works as a minifigure, but he's just all plain, so I didn't count him. But his wings do move all the way around until you pop them off. They don't stay on super, super well. But then he has this scythe here. Oops, I just totally ripped him off. He has a scythe that looks pretty good, but he's just all gray. This is where the wings hook on in the back. But he is supposed to be the figurehead of this grave for Tom Riddle, which is Voldemort's dad, Tom Riddle Sr. He's technically Tom Riddle Jr., but sorry, there's spoilers if you haven't seen the movies or read the books. There's this little platform for Harry to stand on. It's a little bit crooked, and basically the feature is you can have the Tombstone hold him down, which is what Wormtail does with his wand to keep Harry there, which basically there's a pot in front of him and they have to do Bone of the Father Unwillingly Given, and that's just setting on the grave, and he puts it in this pot. And then he does Blood of the Enemy Forcefully Taken. This is blood. This is like the darkest minifigure, like Lego set I have ever seen, but this is Blood of the Enemy. I really like that they added this. They definitely could have excluded the little baby Voldemort and the ascension to Voldemort, but they definitely added it, and it's pretty morbid. And then the last thing, of course, is Hand of the Servant, or Flesh of the Servant Willingly Given. And so this is where Wormtail cuts off his hand, and this is supposed to represent his hand. And then he just goes poof, and then he rises again. So he sits there, and obviously the rise effect is pretty cool. I'll take this out of his hand really quick so that you can see it. But basically it goes like this. You just lay Voldemort in there. So if you're going to act out the whole scene, like play it out, once you throw baby Voldemort in there, he's going to go and he's going to rise. So I really like that play feature. It is pretty cool. I thought it was super, super neat. So overall, we have this really big Tombstone, this play feature here, this pot, which is relatively interesting. We have a little Tombstone here with a little gray frog, which I think is supposed to be like a Tombstone head. And then another Tombstone right here, which is interesting because this is the Deathly Hallows Tombstone, the logo here. So both of those are stickers. So I think that looks good. The graveyard looks overgrown. I like the pieces. Harry Potter's been really good at bringing in these really light green pieces and the dark green pieces, and I think they look fantastic. And then of course you have the Death Eater that comes in afterwards. The only thing they did not include would be a dead Cedric Diggory, which would have been way too morbid for this set, I think. But they did include him in the Lego minifigure series, so you can have him be dead in this of your own if you want to like display it and make it into a scene. So anyways, guys, that was this set. I really like this set. I think that overall it encompassed everything that we really wanted. We were so overdue for a graveyard set anyways. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you as always for watching. Bye.